I'll go to the circus once in a while, you know what I mean? But I really like to stay clear of that shit.
Yeah, because when the residency stuff happened, I was like, oh, Lord.
I like to have fun sometimes and poke jabs at them too, but that's all it really is. It's like, and to me, it's like, it's silly. You know, we're both successful black men. And I think the focus should be on, you know, continuing to make sure that we pay it forward, push it forward, make sure the culture keeps going forward. I think that's more important. You know, I see some of the things that he gets involved in, his views on something like grow up, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's what I be thinking of myself. You know, and so when I see the things that he does, and you know, he did the herb smoking on there, you know, I'm like.
How did you feel about that when you saw it?
Of course, nobody likes all this goofy shit, but it's goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not, you know, Preem said it best. You know, I spoke to Preem the other day. He's, you know, Preem has always got the right words and shit and the right things to say. Cause I was hot, you know what I'm saying? I was hot. I was ready to go nuclear and shit. But I said, you know, so I spoke to Preem anyway. And Preem said, yo, he said, you know, Rule, he said, here's what you gotta understand about who we are and what we are. He said, we are masters of self-defense. And I said, I love that. I said, cause I don't wanna start trouble and make trouble with people. You know, but if we gotta get into it, make it, I'll fucking end it. I'll put it to where it go, I'll take it to the next. You know, so that's why I'm like, you know what, that is the best description of what I am and who I am as a man that I could ever think about. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who we are as men. We're here to protect our family, protect our home, reputation. That's what we're here. I'm not here to be a bully and bother people. That's not what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? But I am a master. So.
But in a way, you do have to understand why Fifth feels the way he feels, though, right? When you think about everything that y'all been through.
I really don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Fighting, the shooting, the stabbing.
What shooting? We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh, well, never mind.
I know people like to
you know
say it.
Yeah.
But that ain't got nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know the reality of it all. You know what I'm saying? And that shit ain't got nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's good for, you know, people to play that when they want to play that, and then play victim when they want to play victim. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, I leave it all alone. I live a really, really cool life. I'm in a good space.
Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? This your boy, BT Scoop TV News, and I'm back with some content that you probably could use, man. And if you're new to the channel, go down there and hit that sub button. While you're down there, hit that like and turn on that notification bell button so you can be notified every time I upload something. Keep your boy in the algorithm. But today, man, we gonna clap back. We got JaRule. You know, he been quiet for a while, man. And you know, his homie GOTTI just passed away a couple of months ago, and he was on Breakfast Club, and you know, they had to ask him about 50 Cent. So, you know, him and 50 Cent, they've been going on for, man, this endless beef since the early 2000s, bro. And safe to say, man, 50 Cent had somewhat, in some people's eyes, demolished JaRule and sent them off the scene. So JaRule, you know, he had a couple of things to say. You know, they asked him about the GOTTI. He talking about 50 Cent and say he was smoking on that GOTTI pack. And I guess, you know, that's lingo for the culture today, man. And, you know, as you get older, motherfuckers don't really be feeling that. You know, JaRule, like, man, shoot, he said that, man, I wanted to, you know, go crazy. But the guy Preem, you know, say he had told him, you know what I'm saying, we're masters at self-defense. And people can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? And JaRule took heed of that. Well, you know, Charlemagne had asked him, you know, you gotta understand where 50 Cent coming from, because he's been shot in this little mix of what y'all have going on. JaRule like, man, shoot, that ain't have nothing to do with us. But hold on. Couple days ago, might have been yesterday or the day before yesterday, JaRule was going crazy on Twitter, man. You know, everybody giving him feedback, basically like, hey, bro, you waited too late to be trying to clap back, man. But JaRule say, man, I'm a grown man, dog. I will say something every once in a while to 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? My objective is to keep the culture moving. And, you know, 50 Cent is the ultimate troll. So, you know, 50 Cent is coming back with something to say. Well, on JaRule's Twitter, he was talking big boy junk. You know what I'm saying? And the things that he says makes you wonder. Okay, first thing JaRule say, he got shot 9 times and didn't do nothing. Stop glazing this clown. Who's to say? Who knows if 50 Cent retaliated? But JaRule also goes to, you know what I'm saying? He basically talking about when he got shot, he put the police on Murder Inc. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Documents showed that. I don't know. Documents might show that 50 Cent actually did put the police on JaRule and Murder Inc. for the fact of him being shot 9 times, man. But JaRule, in the interview with Breakfast Club, JaRule say they had nothing to do with that, but he knows what went on. Then he got to talking about, you know what I'm saying, I guess 50 Cent making these power moves, and he says, never seen one of his episodes. We solid over here, champ. Then he says, I got time today. Then somebody had tweeted 50 Cent destroyed Murder Inc. single-handedly. You're right. He told the feds Murder Inc. had him shot, and they put us under federal indictment. Well, if y'all been keeping up with the history of JaRule and 50 Cent, man, me personally, as a black man, I would say, man, you know, put the differences to the side, man, and squash that. But you can't say that when it's been a ongoing war to where bloodshed, people getting stabbed and shot. So you got to understand 50, but 50 Cent is the all-time pettiest guy that I done seen in a minute, bro. That's famous, bro. And when it comes to that, bro, it's either you're going to have to get with the pettiness or let it ride and you know, do what you got to do. What JaRule say, bro, hey, look, man, I'm grown. I got kids to take care of and all that, you know what I'm saying? And, bro, time is not promised. Basically what JaRule saying, JaRule, like, he on the grown man thing. He didn't say nothing about squashing no beef, so don't take that as I'm saying that. But to me, I feel like it should be a settlement in between the two somewhere, bro. So this right here won't continue. But as we all know, 50 Cent and JaRule, that was a big step in our culture as kids growing up. So if they was to ever get cool, yeah, have everybody scratching their head, but we know the real inside of what really happened and what's going on. JaRule was the man back then, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, what would I be without you? All that right there, he had it on lock, man. Then out of nowhere, this guy named 50 Cent come. You know, me honestly, I can say, man, being a man and knowing what's, you know what I'm saying, knowing what's right and what's wrong, 50 Cent is really the petty guy. So I wish 50 Cent would, you know, at least calm down on that, but he's not gonna calm down on that because that's just him. You gotta accept 50 for 50. But man, I want y'all to get in this comment section though and let me know, do y'all think 50 Cent is gonna respond back, and will this rivalry of 50 Cent and JaRule ever end? Well, this your boy BT Scoop TV News. Make sure y'all go down there and hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload it. Keep your boy in the algorithm. It's BT Scoop, and I'm out.